Hey, I'm Daryll.
And I'm Greg.
We're on a journey on
the long and winding road
to share with you the glorious gift of
music.
We've had the privilege of making a lot of friends, and now we finally have the chance to sit down and have a conversation about their
long and winding road
and share with us the glorious gift of their
music.
So,
relax and rewind it back.
on that note, here's On That Note with Daryll and Greg.
How do we get this thing on? Oh no.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a hijack. It's not Daryll and Greg today. Where is it?
You must be wondering what we're doing here.
On that note, with Ribor and Jeff. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have Blue Temptation.
For us.
This, I think, is a long overdue thing that needs to be done, because Daryll and Greg from Blue Temptation have been interviewing a whole bunch of artists all over the Northeast, and they've been doing a great job. Let's hear a big round of applause for them. Tables have turned, the roles have reversed, they're on the other side, and so we would like to welcome Blue Temptation. Ladies and gents, Blue Temptation is one of... Hey. How's it going, guys?
Daryll, Greg.
Hi. So glad to not be worried and stressed out, for at least one interview.
We're the ones who stress out here, actually.
Do we look stressed? I don't know.
All right, guys. Nathan, nice to see you. Shepherd. Daryll, of course. Greg. Of course, Manav and Vinny. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Temptation, and I think so. Their music needs no introduction at all.
Actually, we know them.
Of course, we know them.
Maybe some viewers don't know who they are. So I'd like all of you to introduce yourselves and what instrument you play.
Hi, I'm Nathan. I'm Shepherd and I play guitar.
Nice.
I'm Daryll and I sing. Hi, I'm Greg. I play guitar and
I'm Manuvon. I play organ. Hi, I'm Vincent and I play drums.
Woohoo!
All right. Okay, so the music of Blue Temptation. I think so. You all do this kind of music. This different forms of blues, right? If I'm not wrong, and I guess. Right. Blue Temptation, why is it called Blue Temptation?
that is, we keep getting this question. Actually, I would like to add that a lot of people never get that name right. They add S's to blues, or they add an S to Temptations. So Blue Temptation actually is that. I mean, it's exactly that, the temptation to play the blues. I mean, we don't really play hardcore blues, but everything that we touch musically, it always sort of it makes us want to go back to the blues, we always find ourselves grounded there, even though we play everything else but the blues, especially now, with the music that we are making as of right now. It's nothing close to hardcore blues at all, actually. Yeah.
All right, so like I said, different forms of blues, but would you call your music blues rock or blues funk, or how would you exactly?
I think blues rock better defines it, than a lot of things. I think,
Yeah, well, that's the nice thing about you guys. I mean, you're called a blues band. People know Blue Temptation as a blues band, but it's not always the straight up regular shuffles of 12 bar stuff. It's a more palatable version, which is, I guess, something that everyone can enjoy. Pumpy, funky, groovy, nice, sweet, cool.
So how did the journey started. I mean, how did Blue Temptation, how was it formed and who started it? I mean, I have not heard about this from anyone or anybody has ever told me about this, but I would like to ask you guys, how was it formed?
Yeah, so for many of you that don't know, so for many of you that don't know, me and Greg, we're brothers from the same mother. Yeah, so same father, same father also. So we've always we were always into music, like since I was, as far as I can remember, 4-5 years old. I was like playing guitar at that time, not bass guitar, like 6-string guitar. And then Greg came along. Like technically I can say me and Greg, we're the first, my first experience of a blues jam was with Greg. A simple blues jam as kids with Greg. So I think because of our love for music, we decided to keep pursuing this. And then finally we met Shepherd, and then started to think of this as a band setup and a big thing. And yeah, that's how it started. And then slowly we met Daryll and the rest of the guys. But basically, back to the question that you were asking, it started with me and Greg wanting to keep on doing this. Yeah.
Greg or Shepherd, any one of you can. So how did Daryll come into the scene, and then of course Manav, and then later on was Vinny. That's how I know Blue Temptation.
So it was actually a trio. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but we actually were the finalists of Megalai Icon 2011, I think. It was a trio. It was me, Shepherd, and my brother, and I was playing drums actually at that time. Yeah, and then after that, we did the next one also. We got into the finals of the next one, and that's the one where Daryll was on drums and I was on guitars. And that was that lineup for a few years. And it was actually, I think, between 2013 and 2016 that we sort of had this lineup only that was going through. And then it was only after Daryll left, he went to Malaysia to pursue his studies, and everyone does that. Pursue life. And that's where we continued as a trio. We started getting first session musicians to come in, and a lot of people played for us. Actually we are very grateful to guys like Masam, Mapal, and even Manav was part of that sessioning phase actually before he came in. And then it was around the same time, then Vinny was also a session player first, and then after that these guys just came in, so it was the 5 of us. And then 2 years back Daryll came back to Shillong, so it's now the 6 of us. Yeah.
Sweet. It's interesting that you talk about that first bit when Daryll was playing drums and before Manav and Vinny, because that's my first recollection of Blue Temptation. That's when I saw you all first. I never saw the Greg on drums phase of Blue Temptation. I don't think very many people did. But with that same setup, you guys have a series of 4 songs on the La View sessions, live at La View sessions, right?
Yep.
That's before Vinny and Manav came into the picture. Those are really sweet tracks that you all did, and the setup looks good. And that's what how long ago is that? That's how many years ago?
Dude, that was 5. That was 5 years ago, man. I think that was also 6, around there, a little more than 5. Yeah. So I think for us, I feel that was the jumping off point. That's when things really started going okay, getting serious about this, and the ball started rolling, as they said. I think that was the main jumping off point. That whole live at La View thing that we did, even that was very smart. It was a spontaneous thing, no? It was okay, I had a month back here, right, for summer vacations. They were okay man, what do we do? Let's do something, because we're always like that. We always want to play shows, or we always want to do something. So then we decided, okay, man, why don't we do that? We have these songs that we've been jamming for like quite a while. So let's write like one more or a couple more, let's see, and then just find we went to Baju, and we were like, hey, we want to do this, we're planning on doing this, and he was like, yeah, sure, man, I have this space, it's my house that I am currently working on, but no one's living there and stuff like that, and it's empty, so let's go. So we moved in like, I think 3 days before. Yeah, 3 days before we actually started tracking anything. And then, we just lived there, man. We just stayed there like up until late in the wee hours, just playing and getting used to the room and stuff. And that was epic. It was quite a nice thing, organic. It was very organic as well, the whole thing when it happened.
That's cool. What about those tracks? Are those tracks, so I understand those tracks are not part of the EP, right? The Tempted EP? Those are separate?
No.
Yeah. And
no.
you still do them
only
live?
No, none. Yeah.
Do you all
So
still do
those are
them
only
live?
like live.
Okay, live. Nice. Should put it out. There are a bunch of nice tracks.
Maybe we'll rework them again. Because we have to rework with this
With
this
new
setup,
Of course.
Yeah, I mean those same songs. Yeah.
Now, moving on from like the live at Love You sessions, then eventually you guys came out with the Tempted EP, which was like, I think it's one of, I love the EP. I have the CD and it's been on repeat in my car for a while because my car plays only CDs, and I know a lot of people who love a lot of tracks from there. A lot of people have their own favorite songs from that album. Viewers, if you haven't, go and listen to it. It's a great EP. It's a great set of songs that these guys have churned out. What was it like? How long did it take for you all to
come up with that album?
Come up with all those songs? And after coming up with that, did you guys tour the album? Did you how did you all promote it, push it out there? How was the gigging scene after that? Tell us about that.
It was quite an experience. I still remember these were songs that actually I think were in the making for like 2 years prior to recording them. Like we had been playing shows before that, so we'd always write songs during jam sessions and stuff like that. So these are actually songs that came out of these jam sessions, prior to the album. And then when I remember we had, I think, only Wash Your Sins. No, I think, Wash Your Sins was the only song that we sort of wrote while recording. Otherwise, all of the other songs were written before. No. Yeah. Vinny's head is in 2021 already. So it was quite an interesting experience. We went back to Baju since Life at Love You was a good experience for us there recording with him. It was more of a vibe thing than anything, obviously, like we knew that there were probably better technically sounding studios, in this part of the country. I mean, but then the vibe there was something that we were looking for, and I thought like we captured it, with the songs that we had. And at that time, going in with this lineup with Vinny and Manav also having to come in and play. Some of the songs had been written before these guys came in, so like to have everything sort of like work itself out for that EP was a good thing, yeah. And the reception is something that we still feel like, like we don't deserve this reception, especially with some of the songs that got popular. Like I think Tempted and Blessing from the EP, actually, like a lot of plays now on Spotify is all coming from Blessing, which is quite a nice thing. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, so I was saying
in that album you guys have a couple of songs from that album where you guys have made music videos. Blessing, there's a music video on Blessing where it's very interesting color scheme going on. The MECL cement factory is there behind you and you're running.
Yeah.
And, tell us about the song and that video. What is the significance and the meaning of that thing? Because it's pretty interesting. Guitar solo on a shovel and all that. Working class hero vibes.
Video was, we shot that with Dhar. Dhar, who did the Tempted video also. He's probably one of the most accomplished video producers from here. He's done a lot of music videos. You can call him an award-winning director, I think, because he has MTV EMAs on his thing. So yeah, it was nice working with him. We did that video actually. I think it was just 4 people in that set. It was just me, Ellie, Ashish, and someone else who had been helping out Ellie. Yeah, Kenny. I think Kenny was there. Yeah, so it was a small set, partly because of the fact that Ellie wanted me to act. He wanted me to be the guy who would act that video out and do all that stuff. So I was like, okay, I'll do it, but we'll have to do it with a smaller set and not have like so many people. But the idea of that video was to show that you can move on from stuff like that and doing it in a manner that is healthy. Even though the video has a lot of unhealthy things that are happening, it's like this guy going crazy after a breakup, like his head is not right and shit like that, and then as the video progresses, he sort of goes out and runs. He actually runs to buy a shovel to like dig something to bury a lot of the stuff that was probably part of the relationship. I mean, it's a metaphorical thing, not literal as I'm making it sound right now. So that's why like I played that solo on the shovel as well. It's sort of like, giving that part of me away in that shovel to like dig stuff, dig the ground and bury, everything from the past. Yeah, it was, yeah. I don't know if that came across, but yeah.
All right.
That's some deep stuff.
That's layers, man. Layers.
I got a chance to play at the Mahindra Fest, Blues Fest, the first one with Soulmate.
Yeah.
In 2010, I think so. So I know how it is. And I guess over the years, when you guys played in 2019, it would have been much, much bigger, and having, a lot of prominent artists coming down. So I understand how it feels, that thing, and especially you guys for winning it and to be there, I think so. That's one great thing.
Woohoo! Thank you.
And of course, and what about Shepherd and Nathan? And I mean, let's hear your experiences about these festivals.
About the experiences on these festivals. Yeah, we I don't quite remember well about all these festivals. Honestly, I'm like very lost right now. But then I remember there's this one in Chennai. That must be the Himalayan Blues Festival. That was when just me, Than, and it was just me, Than, and Greg. No, it was just. But then we have to wait for Daryll to travel to Chennai to come and play with us. We didn't even get to rehearse, It's like we just went for. We rehearsed in the hotel room. Like that was a very nice experience. Having Daryll back. That was the time when he went to Malaysia, and then having him back to play with us, and then yeah.
And then the floods happened like a week after. Remember? The floods in Chennai.
Was it a week or was it a day after? It was a day after.
Yeah, a day after the floods in Chennai started.
Yeah, the day after. And then we've had these experiences even on our last tour. That's when it happened. That was before the lockdown. We were in a tour in Guwahati for the Arunachal and Guwahati tour, no? And then after we came back, the lockdown happened. So I feel like we have a lot of experiences.
Apocalyptic.
Yeah.
You have this kind of Dave Grohl kind of thing where from Nirvana to Foo Fighters, back of the band,
Right.
to front of the band.
Yeah.
But apparently Dave Grohl still is really bossy about how the drum parts should be. Now this next question is to Vinny. Vinny, does he boss you around and like how the drum parts should be, or you show him how it is?
No, I think we all just work together only most of the time. like all our grooves and everything, we just kind of like it just connects in every way whenever we jam or anything. We don't really have to like tell each other what to play or what
That's
to do
the
or anything.
way.
Yeah.
Vinny, I've known you since you were a child, you know, honestly, and
Yeah.
to see you grow like this and become such a fantastic drummer. And the best part I like about your drumming is the power. Honestly,
Thanks
the
so much.
power that you have. I mean, like it's amazing. And I would like to ask you, like, I mean, you play with so many bands, and again, you know, the experiences with all these bands that you play. I mean, you play with Blue Temptation, you play with Soulmate, and you play with
Dewdrops.
Dewdrops. I mean,
Andrea Taryang band.
of course,
also.
yeah.
Yeah, so many.
So tell us about, you know, the experiences that you have with these guys. I mean, with all these bands.
I think like with other bands, I'm not as free as I am with Blue Temptation in that way. Like with other bands, I know I have to play a certain way, and I have to like, I can't like change it just a little bit, because someone would know. Because there are those times, and it's like it really like. No, there are those people who would actually know if you change like a little bit of a drum beat or something. So it always stresses me out. But with Blue Temptation, it's like everything just goes, like whenever we play, it just goes with the flow. So I don't think we've ever had any problems or anything. And my experience with them is like the best. I always have fun with them anyway. So yeah.
Liberty.
Yeah, eventually,
What
I
about
mean,
you,
on stage
Mano?
you need to have fun.
We can see Greg
Yeah,
behind
of
going
course.
like, yeah, nailed it.
Manav, you're very quiet. I mean, you tell us about your journey with Blue Temptation. Okay, by the way, I'm sorry. Actually, we have to congratulate him. He just got a baby, right? Congratulations.
Yeah, guys.
Oh,
Thank
Manav
you.
is a
Thank
papa.
you.
Yes.
Is it a boy or a girl?
Yes, yes.
Boy
It's
or
a
a
boy.
girl? Oh, congrats, man.
Lion. Yeah, it's a boy.
That baby's gonna grow up with
Yeah,
some
thanks.
good music
Thanks.
around.
Thanks, guys.
Right, so I just want to know, like, your experience again with Blue Temptation, like the same thing like with what I had asked Vinny. I mean, you play with so many bands, and not just in Shillong or Johor, you play with bands from outside Shillong as well. So how do you feel the experience? I mean, playing with these guys and the others, like, you know?
Like Blue Temptation songs is different. It's not like blues also. Most of the songs actually I learned while recording. I learned in the studio. It's like last minute. I'm still learning some of the songs now, okay? I'm still on that, like, yeah. And then we play after a long time again. It's like, oh, fuck. You know? It's Blue Temptation time again. But then, yeah.
Anyway, okay.
All right, so the latest track that you guys released was Evil Mind. That's a single. That's not part of the previous EP or anything. Tell us a little bit about that song. What's it about? And it's also got a very interesting video. People, if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. Like and subscribe on their channel, and like, you know, all that. But tell us what it's about. There's this whole interrogation scene. It looks very intense. You can see this tension between, like, you know, the characters and the thing. So, and the song is great too. So let's go.
So yeah, this song is more about that, actually, just letting people know that, look, like there are things happening in spaces where you don't think things are happening, and that you should be looking at that with more intent, actually, to sort of like get these things out. Because I mean, that's where a lot of mistrust also is happening. Like we see a lot of mistrust in church systems and religious systems, and yeah, that's what Evil Mind was about.
Cool, very deep, and it's nice to see that you take up issues such as this to write a song and also put forward such a thought-provoking video and message, you know, kind of because the small town syndrome, people won't talk about it, but I'm glad to see that together as Blue Temptation, you're like sticking it to the man.
Yeah, in fact, this song has actually gotten to the ears of some of the pastors in the church who have called me personally and told me that, you know, that song could be something that would open up a lot of things for kids who, you know, who probably were not care about all of this stuff. So yeah, it's actually done something, you know.
So simple. The
Mission of
the message is very simple. There's corruption in church. There's politics in church. I think so. We all agree to that. I think so. You did a fantastic job by doing that, by putting the message across. You know. And one thing we never spoke about is who writes the songs, and and who writes the lyrics, and tell us about your songwriting and the music arrangement. That whole process,
Yeah, that's one way that we Blue Temptation is like we don't know where we base. We base on the blues, but we tend to play all kinds of music genre if we can. That depends on the mood. So even on the songs, it's mostly on the Tempted EP. Most songs was written by me and Greg. Yeah, the few songs written by me and then songs written by Greg. So I feel Yeah, it depends. That's how it changes the mood. If there's some songs that tends to go like more into that deep popish blues or something like that, also it might go that way. There's some songs which goes somewhere kind of heavier, like recently the latest music video Evil Mind. That was like a heavier blues rock for me, like.
So what's your upcoming work and any tours coming up, and tell us what do we expect
material?
soon? Yeah, new material
We're working on a new EP at the moment. So yeah, we're coming up with a single soon. So it's being mixed at the moment. So we've heard like the first 2 drafts. Was it 3 drafts now or 2 drafts? You heard the first 2 drafts, and we're like, oh, okay, it's almost there. So just a little bit. So that's something to look forward to. Cause yeah, I think a lot of us, like just like everyone else, last year was a total like mess, So we thought of like bringing this out like last year, like the EP, Like we had all the songs. It was just a matter of putting them down properly and then getting them like mixed, So we were supposed to have it by like the September and October of last year. Then all of that happened, so all of us got lost in one thing or the other. So yeah, and then when things started to get like stable again, we realized, you know what, yeah man, let's do this. So we just went in, we banged out like all the songs. So now we're just like, taking it one step at a time.
So when do we expect
releasing
this?
it one step at a time.
When do we expect this?
It's kind of hard to say, but let's see. I don't know, summer 2021 looks pretty good right now. Yeah.
Soon, that's going to be very soon.
Sweet. So there you have it. One second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, you heard it straight from them, folks. Summer 2021, hopefully there's new material coming out from Blue Temptation. Follow them on their social media, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, YouTube, Spotify, everywhere. Stay tuned because they're going to be dropping some bombs soon. And now I guess we're going to have a performance. We need one song from you guys. So what do you have for us? What's up?
All right. So we're going to do a song off of the Tempted EP. This one is called Make Me. And I think this one is the most bluesy song I think that we have. Yeah, because it's like a shuffle type vibe to it, no? So yeah, it's a it's a wonderful song. Yeah, so Make Me. Here it is.
So here it is. Make Me by Blue Temptation.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go back, take it back all the way to the Tempted EP once again. Oh yeah, we haven't played blues all night.
I'll be your one-time wonder. believe that it's time to go. Now I think that it's time to walk away from you. Time to walk away from you. Yeah, 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 yeah. But when you hold me, it feels so right. And when you love me, it makes my heart so, make me so fine. But not most of the time.
Welcome back, everyone. That was a really nice track called Make Me from the Blue Temptation Tempted EP. Go check it out on all the streaming platforms. Like, share, subscribe, follow them on social media, all that. Now, moving forward, we have
the rapid round.
The rapid fire round.
Rapid fire round.
Not just the rapid round, brother.
Sorry, rapid fire. All right. I
Not
think
too rapid, hopefully.
So all this, I guess we're gonna ask questions and all of you have to answer. Like, you start off.
Yeah, they know how it is. This is their show.
Of course.
We're just like
trying to remind them.
Okay, so rapid fire round. How's it gonna work? I think everybody answers one question. Starting with Vinny, let's go. What's the first concert you ever attended?
It would have been
That's
Michael Learns to Rock when they came to Shillong. That was like my first concert I went to.
Nice. But
How old were you when you first touched your instrument?
oh no,
Me? Yeah. 7, 8.
7. Wow. Okay.
next question. Who do you want to collaborate with? Locally, internationally? Okay, 2. Locally, 1. Internationally, 2.
Oh, we have to do a song with Rudy, definitely. We have never done
yeah,
that,
for
so I
sure.
hope we have like a guest solo from Rudy at one point of time in the career, and with Bob.
Nice.
Bob has been a guy we've played with Bob a lot of times before, and there's this song of his called Slow Train. I think it would be perfect for us to do Slow
Yeah.
Train with Bob. And I would say, I don't know, internationally, man. I think we all have our, yeah. But for me, internationally, it would have to be Capmo. I think like have to do one Americana slow song with Capmo for sure.
Best venue you've ever played at? The best venue?
F1 after party in Sepang, Malaysia.
Malaysia, right? Wow.
Yeah, that was my first like huge show. No, so we opened for all these girls' generation and stuff like that. So that was fun, man. Like I got the run from one end of the stage to the other end.
Wow.
So that was whoa.
Nice. Okay, so if you could open for a show for any artist, you would be the opening act. Who would that artist be?
Well, for me that would be the
Dead or
Tedeschi
alive?
truck bands.
Who?
Tedeschi truck bands.
Derek Trucks. Nice. The Tedeschi Trucks band. Awesome.
Nathan, if you didn't play music, what would you be doing?
I'd be a banker.
Sweet, and that was our rapid fire round. Any more questions that you have?
Done, I guess we're done.
Oh, what's your favorite song to play live? Can you all agree on one thing together from the Blue Temptation list?
Wash Your Sins.
Or
Yeah, I
you all
think
have
everyone
your own
chooses Wash Your
favorites?
Sins. And make me wash your sins.
Nice.
Make me watch.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, I guess that wraps it up for the rapid fire round. That was pretty rapid. And all right, so now we've got the record of the week. Name one album that has changed your music and your influences. One album that you really think is the one for you.
I guess all of you have to answer.
Yeah, one by one.
One by
Let's
one.
go.
I think it should be Steely Dan Aja.
Steely Dan.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which one again?
Aja.
Isa, alright, okay. That's a nice one.
Chef?
For me, it doesn't matter how bluesy I can get, but I still choose Mercury Falling by Sting.
So nice.
Led Zeppelin 4. Led Zeppelin 4 made me want to bang some drums, man, with a heavy foot.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, for me it has to be Accessible as Love. I think that album changed a lot of my guitar playing, and also the way I sing, I sort of like take to a lot of Jimi Hendrix vocals from Accessible as Love. So yeah, Access, obviously that has to be one of the best albums ever.
Sweet.
I don't know, there are a lot of albums, but maybe I had this Green Day album, Dookie. It was on cassette.
Oh, Dookie.
And I listened to it a lot, maybe that was when I thought, maybe I want to do this too.
Nice. Great artwork on that album also.
For me, I think it was Foo Fighters, Echo Silence, Patience and Grace.
Wow.
That album.
Nice.
That album was one album that really changed my whole idea of playing music and everything. Yeah.
All right. You heard it, folks. That's a wide array and a wide range of music, broad spectrum, and you can see how all these different genres sort of mash up against each other, and just eventually this thing
Leading
comes out
to
that is
Blue Temptation.
That's awesome. Yep. Cool. So I guess we're wrapping it up now. Guys, do you have any message that you have for your fans, the people who you inspire, or people who look up to you guys, you know, or just generally the public? What do you guys have to say? If there was one thing you could tell them on this platform, what would it be?
First of all, to keep looking forward to a lot of Blue Temptation stuff, because we have a single coming up. That should be out very soon. We don't have a date yet, but we should be nailing on a date soon. And obviously we'll be in Goa this week. Actually, we'll be playing a show.
Nice.
It'll be our first time back on stage after a long time, I think. Yeah, but I think by the time this episode comes out, we would have played that show. But yeah, anyways, I would just like to say that it's nice to be back on stage, and especially alongside a lot of artists there. I think even Dewdrops will be there, Leo Boys, and Alobo Naga and Tabachake and all these guys. Like, it's nice to be back alongside a lot of these people.
Nice.
And also I think, yeah, just keep looking forward to each other's like all of our individual stuff. Also, I think besides the band, besides Blue Temptation, I think we all do a lot of other things. So yeah, to check all of us out, we're all on Instagram. If you go to Blue Temptation's Instagram page, you can get a hold of all of our handles, and yeah, it'll be great if you could follow all of us. And also, yeah, follow Blue Temptation, follow them everywhere, follow us everywhere. Why am I saying them? Yeah. Follow us everywhere. We're in show mode. Yeah. And also, I would like to thank you guys, like thank you Ribor and Jeff for doing this, man. This is like, yeah,
It's
this
been a
is
pleasure.
It's
It's
weird
been a pleasure.
for me and Daryll to be on.
On
Yeah,
the other
yeah.
side. On the other side, on the bottom screen.
On
not
the other
top
side.
screen.
Yeah,
How do you rate it?
it's a bit weird, but it's also nice. It's relaxing to be on this other side, and we'd like to thank you guys again for doing this, like for doing the takeover. It was actually Ribor's idea, so thank you, Ribor. You
It's
were
pleasure.
the
It's
person
pleasure.
who said, "Hey."
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah. Hey, because it has been weird. Like, since the beginning of On That Note with Daryll and Greg, it has always been weird for us to have Blue Temptation on, because we're both from Blue Temptation. But then, like, when Ribor suggested the takeover and that you guys would come do this, and we were like, yeah, man, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. And
So
like,
thank you guys.
You guys
again,
have been
man.
around, so I mean, why not? Yeah.
And you guys have like hosted a wide array of like different artists from the Northeast. It would be really sad if Blue Temptation isn't on that list. You know,
True.
so
Very true.
there you go,
That's true.
ladies and gentlemen.
That's true.
Mm.
Also, heal the world, make it a better place. I know it sounds cheesy, but bro, there is no better time to say those words than like in the world that we're living in now. You know, like, just be easy, alright? All the best with everything. And like we talked about with Fourth Element when we interviewed them, it's all about the risk. Sometimes you have to take a risk, alright? Risk it. If you're gonna find out if it's worth it or not only after, man. There is no, like, you know, no two ways about it. So yeah, just those things. Thank you all, man. Thank you all so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys. See you all soon.
And on that note,
Yeah.
that is it. It's a wrap. Woo! Have fun, guys. Eat lots of calamari. Enjoy the sun, the sand, and the sea.
And drink a lot of Feni.
Yes.